I changed things. Is it big changes? Not that big of a change, but you might notice something. Yeah, I changed the camera angle. So what I first tried doing is angling the guy back to match the camera. That didn't work too well. So what I did was I angled the camera 10 degrees back. So it's definitely more of a top down, but the problem became that the more top down it is, the worse it looks for the sprites. So instead of that, what I ended up doing is angling the characters. I angled these guys to be flat against the camera, basically. The camera's here, right? And then that was the goal. I was like, what if I do this? Now, this obviously has issues, but I was like, what if it did this? The problem then became is this capsule is what's controlling the movement, not this. So I'm like, oh, okay. So all I need to do, right, is to add like a box collision, and and put it here and tell it to block static, right? No. So as I learned while investigating all of this, you can't add collisions and have it affect navigation. It only works off the capsule component. The other thing is I tried instead, because it went from -35 to -45, I then changed the angle to -10 degrees. So because it was previously kind of fine, and I'm only moving it up 10 degrees. I'm like, what if I just angle the back 10 degrees? It's because if I have it straight up and down, it looks odd. It looks a bit too top-down-ish. So it's a little bit cheated in this regard. But then this got me to think like, okay, well, I don't want to have it here. I want to offset this so that way the middle of his body is kind of in the middle of here. But you cannot do this. You can't just offset the actual sprite, because that would mean that when he moves around, he snaps around, right? So if I do this, you can really see what's going on. There it is. When he turned there, it got real bad. So we can't do the offset. So if I now want an offset, I need to have a parent above the sprite. I cannot put a parent above the sprite, like a scene component, because that is from the child of Paper 2D. If I want to add an offset to the character sprites to make them better in terms of fitting in here, then I need to create my own parent class that is recreating the Paper ZD character. So I need to create my own parent class to be able to offset it. But then I can have the sprite in the middle, but still angled, so that way I can make better use of this capsule to get around the current problem, right? Which was if I go here, right? I basically clip inside of the wall. I then had to go and in all of the level instances add in blocking volumes. So that way the sprite cannot get to be close enough to intersect. All of that because I was like, you know what? I really want to have a more top-down aesthetic akin to Path of Exile and Diablo, games of that kind, because I didn't like the perspective, how much perspective we saw back here versus over here. I feel like now it looks better. Personally, I kind of feel like the sprites work better with this angle as well. I think it's better. I could be wrong.